Here's a conversation with Philippe Garrey from Domaine Philippe Garrey in the southern end of the Mercurey appellation. He's located in the hamlet of Saint-Martin-sous-Montaigu. The south and southeast facing slopes are just above his village, a lovely cote of clay and limestone, and he has quite a proportion of old vines. Tiny estate, 5 hectares, biodynamically farmed. This is a lovely new addition to our portfolio, which we're very pleased to be introducing. So I'm here with a new addition to the Clark Foyster Wines portfolio this year. We were very lucky to come across Philippe when we were in Burgundy in November, and we had a lovely tasting with him. And he said, "I'm very small, but we said your wines are very good. Can we have a little bit?" And he has made available an allocation for us this year, which we're very excited about. So Philippe, thank you very much. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and where you are?
Nice to meet you. And I'm a wine grower in Mercurey, in south of Burgundy, just in south of Beaune, or around 25 kilometers south of Beaune.
And how long have you been making wine?
I'm making wine for many years. My family was a vigneron. My grandfather, my father, I was born in the vineyard. So I'm making wine since I have 18 years.
Were your parents bottling wine at that time?
No, just a little. My father sold these wines to some negociant in Beaune or Nuit Saint-Georges.
So how big is the estate, and when did you arrive full time?
I come back in the domain in 2005.
So you do everything yourself?
I do everything myself, and it was at the start it was a small domain, just 3 hectares, and I complete. I bought some vineyard in 2007, like Clos de Montaigu or Clos du Paradis. And I complete after that by the rent of a new block in La Chassière, just close to my vineyard. And recently, with a block in Beaune.
Right.
So now the domain is 5 hectares.
Right. And you make mostly red, but you make some white as well.
Yes, mostly red. Yes.
Mm.
I have only 1 block of Chardonnay in Mercurey. La Chanier. It's less than an half hectares.
Right. If I ask you to describe your wine style, what would you say?
I try to make wines we are the reflex of the terroir. That's why I work with biodynamic products, and it's my vision to make wine, test the terroir, and for me, Burgundy wines, Pinot Noir, must to be elegant and fine, not too over extracted or too much full bodied like that. I know what style of wine I want to produce, and I do all for that.
Well, what you make is a wine style that appealed very much to me.
For me, the most important is the balance.
Yes.
in the wine.
Yes.
L'équilibre, we say in France. L'équilibre.
Right.
Good grapes make good wines.
Well, so tell us about the 2020 vintage at Domaine Garrey, Domaine Philippe Garrey.
We have a very dry season, no rain, no lot of rain. So we can do all the work in the vineyard very easily. And no disease, but very dry. No rain. And the vineyard and the grape miss the rain a lot. And so we started the harvest the 26th August.
And so you had these hot, dry conditions all summer. You picked early, and how would you describe the fruit that you picked and the wine that you've made?
The fruit was not big. No lot of juice.
Right.
But so the yield was very low, but not too much concentrated as in the wine. And so I do the vinification very easily. No lot of crush, more than pumping over, and daily, tous les jours, daily, just one pumping over during 3 weeks.
Do you say you didn't do any pigeage?
Yes, 1 or 2 at the end of the maceration, but not much.
So, what kind of alcohol levels do you have in 2020?
Not too much. All the wine are under 14 degrees, between 13 and 14, but under. In 2018, all the wine was over 14 degrees.
Right. And from my notes, I wrote that the wines had very nice freshness, and this is a sort of paradox for me of the vintage. But how do you explain that?
I think not to do crush and just over pumping over. We don't extract too much. And for the white wine, for the Mercurey Blanc and the Bouzeron, we keep them in clay barrel, in ceramic.
Right.
And that's keep a lot of freshness in the white wines.
So you don't use any wood for your white wines at all?
No wood in the white wines in 2020. Oh, sorry.
Good. So, in conclusion, do you see 20 as similar to 19 or 18 or other hot dry vintages?
Not 18, that's sure. For me, it's looked like 25.
05.
5, yes, 2005, yeah.
Right.
We have the same balance, le même équilibre. I think in 2020 is a very great vintage. I think the best of this century for the moment.
Right.
One of the best.
Right. Right.
I'm very satisfied with the result. I love these wines very much, more than the other years. I don't in a while, but that's my feeling.
Well, that's very exciting. And will they be Van der Garde wines for keeping, or are they wines for drinking young, or both?
The both, I think, the both. So the wines are very pleasant to taste now, but they are all to keep and I think in 10 years we can drink these wines too, and more, I think, present. We are tannin, very soft, but we are tannin, we have good structure. Yeah.
Great. Well, we are very, very excited to have discovered them, Philippe, and I'm sorry you haven't been able to come over to London yet, but we will find you some friends and some fans for them, I'm sure, and look forward to introducing you to some of them over the next months and years. So thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.